guys. I've been letting him stay upstairs. Last night all the dogs had blowouts. Stan got here. We're about to do like a vlog type day today. Want you guys do some things that we do in terms of questions and challenges, and there'll be some episodes that come out of this. But definitely, we'll take you a little bit of the journey behind the scenes. I am in between the stuff that we're going to do. So what happens is on a Thursday, Stan drives 99 miles, gets here, turn around, we shoot the stuff he wants to shoot the stuff that needs to be shot, put a little editing together, we do a phone version of everything, and we post, press play, post, man. I'm going to challenge them, talking about some business stuff, kind of some of their goals, and you'll see what really happens to a degree. This dude just, oh my gosh, this dude got some crazy gas. He kept me up all night. So stay tuned. Stan's about to walk in the room. Look at this, watch. Eagle's about to lose his crap. Look how chill he is right now. He messes my bed up, by the way, too. Stan's gonna come in here and he's gonna jump up and start acting like a donkey. You know, when people are doing dog things or building dog businesses and dog friendships, I would encourage you to make sure that you understand the power and impact of branding. Branding's so important that when people see, our little dog logo or whatnot, like, oh man, Fit Bully this, or oh, the dog father or the dog mother, whatever the case may be, if they question who is that him, then they look at the shirt like, yo, that's those guys. And that's just because smart enough to put together a logo that I believe would work long term and could be scaled. And when I design stuff, I always ask myself, could it go into a Walmart? Normally, when I'm saying Walmart, being that it's probably one of the biggest stores, technically convenience store wise, is they consider 7-Eleven the biggest store because there's so many of them. Walmart store was huge distribution worldwide. At anywho, stay tuned, people. I'm gonna give you behind the scenes look at some stuff that takes place throughout the day, and again, there'll be some real episodes that come out of this too.
That dog, you have the exact mindset.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Ready? Go ahead and get them back there. And Stan, what you want to do is exhaust properly. The camera's open.
Oh, my bad.
You could. Is exhaust the two females first. And then we'll bring them back out and shoot the videos. Hera and Cha-Cha.
Gotcha.
And you brought Nala too, right?
I sure did.
Okay.
I was gonna say we can use Nala too. She looks really good on video.
Yeah. I don't know how well she listens.
That's even better. That's even better. That's what we're working the people through on dogs that don't listen. Right off the bat.
And this, I think with her, it's not the lack of listening. It's more so she's just egoing them. You know how like focused they get. Mm-hmm. So you ask them to do something, they like doing it, and then Tron's like going through the motions. And we shot a phone version yesterday where he's literally like, he's like, what are you doing, dude? He's literally just running left and running right, and the foot pool sitting right there. I said, I told you guys, he thinks he can outthink me, but he's just doing. And like Zara and Emily, they like very thoughtful, very intentional. They kind of know what's going on real quick, and then they start making like moves.
And you're saying she's falling on more like Maya, who's just
not falling on. This is Maya.
Yeah, she'll just kind of go. She'll get into her own world. Like, for example, I got a perfect example. Like, even when we do this frisbee thing, for example, she'll get the frisbee, but she won't bring it back. So when we do fetch, she used to do fetch well, but now she's getting to a state of mind where she'll get the ball, but then she'll just kind of go off on her own thing and just want to go off, and she'll not want to bring it all the way back.
Are you using just one frisbee?
Right now, just one frisbee, yeah. Now, but even if we were playing fetch with the ball, same thing.
And Tron's always doing that ball, man.
Exactly.
100 yards.
Yeah.
Like
she'll run after
like
it.
This. Dude.
But then she'll be like, I don't know if I want to.
Tron only don't bring it back if you running uphill. He'll be like, bro, I'm gonna have to go up this hill again.
Yeah.
Okay. It's interesting. So it gives me something to think about.
Okay.
There's not really nothing to think about. She's just hard.
She is. So she's
Yeah, I'm
hard
thinking
to
about
go.
how to troubleshoot, how to fix this.
It's one of those things. It's just basically go back and reprogram the dog to make it interesting and fun. He's got a tight space at his crib in a sense in terms of backyard. And even here's really through that. So you throw the ball and you run up on him. Just make sure you become interesting again. But then she also has to understand what the intent is too. And
So-
I think the intent oftentimes gets lost in translation.
So you remember when we dialed back on our obedience and stuff and just let her be a dog again?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that when she started not bringing it back?
No. I want to say this is something that's probably happened in the past 6 months.
Okay.
Like now that she's like, because she's approaching, she's what, 2 in January next year.
Yeah, should be too.
And how
So
many heat
she's a
cycles?
year and a half now.
She's
So she's a year and a half. Yeah, she's a year and a half now. So yeah,
She's hard headed, bro. Trust me.
yeah.
He said, don't even,
I think
don't even stress
you want to
yourself.
scratch your head on it. I'm telling you right now, Maya's dogs start going off, but at the same time, it's really just about tightening it up. And then this is when he would come back in and really like make sure she understands. Like when I'm talking, you need to be listening. It's that simple. And that's the same thing with like Eagle's the only dog that'll spend the majority of the day, not all day up in the room now. And I know what happens over the next year as him and I become like this. So he'll be like, let's go upstairs. Even last night, let's go down and walk down the stairs slow. He's coming back up. He's paying attention, and he's like chilling. He lays. I mean, he's just a good. I know what I'm getting. I know with Zara and stuff. I tell Zara upstairs. Literally, she do exactly what you ask her to do. Maya's dogs. Oh god.
Exactly. You can even see it in their eyes. That's the thing.
They're a little off. They're a little off. They require a whole lot more work.
More patience.
Because Maya done walked in somebody's apartment one time.
And worked on what?
Somebody's apartment. So I'm taking her upstairs, and she's supposed to come back in, and this woman's like, Maya just. I was like, oh god. She's like, get your dog.
This is where we're going today.
And I was like this. I said, woman, calm down. She had a dog in here. Now, if Zara went in there, I would have ran up in there. That'd have been a bad situation. But Maya went in there. I said, she just don't know where she's going. How? I don't know. We go up 3 flights of stairs at this point to get to where we're going. She just went right. This woman had a door, but she just and we walk around the back way to get back up there. She just went in. The poor woman's like, I told her to calm down. I said, look, I'm sorry. I said, shut up. And the woman literally she chilled. But that's probably one of my more evil moments. But she was like, she was on 10 for no reason. Like, Maya's at least of your concern. But she might have went in and knocked some stuff over. so when you
bull
see,
in a china shop.
I'm trying to tell you literally, bro. So I mean, when you see a Maya daughter or a dog, you go, we definitely got to tighten up that intelligence. We got to tighten up that intelligence, buddy, and get that dumbness out. But they not dumb. They just.
They need a special tutor. They need an after school tutor.
They in that ED class, the short bus. I'm telling you that right now. You like, look, we can't have too many more of these.
The water boy.
We got about 2 more that we gonna get out of them, and that's it. I think Nala's the last of the Maya's generation.
Yeah. So she'll be what? Maybe twice, if that.
Yeah, maybe twice.
So do you think the intelligence will be added when you add another dog to her?
No, I'm not sure. We just did it with Ego, but what we've proven is we can improve the health. So Junior's not stupid. He's got more pace, but he still's got some of his mom. So the dad, in my experience, doesn't always contribute directly to that level of intelligence. Everybody sings a dad's praises in this thing, but I'm telling you, I told you 3 times what Zara's pup was going to be able to do, and every last one, even the worst of them, still are active. They're active, they're intelligent, they're like this. Even Cha-Cha, you could just see it in their eyes.
Because Cha-Cha is a Bam Bam Zara.
No. Baloo.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, Baloo Zara, Hotshot Zara, Earl the Merle Zara, and all of them.
They were. Yeah, Cha-Cha was like, when did that happen?
Yeah, she motivated, bro. Motivated. Even yesterday, I mean, when she was on that rope stuff, I was like, dang, her drive and just focus even her poise. The dogs got into a bad fight yesterday, and I did that to see, not fought him, but I put him in an adverse situation. Hera's a hellstarter. She's a hellion, and I knew it was gonna happen. She kept getting closer. So there's a moment where Cha-Cha stops and postures up, and just like, oh, chill. And Hera just keeps going, and you see it all on film. And then, Hera, she runs away. And then Cha-Cha comes right back in play because she's like, I ain't do nothing wrong. Hera's a hellion, boy. I'm talking a hellion.
That's what you want.
Yeah, that works. Did you say this was gonna happen? I sure did. But mind you, it's because I knew what was gonna happen with the Czar kid every time. So stay tuned, people. We're getting organized and ziggiated. It's like a drug dealer passing drugs with them treats. Got
that crack.
That's a front right there for you, bro.
Stan wants to teach a dog to heel. Look, I never understood heel. I think the word's actually an awful word, if I'm being honest. If somebody tells you to heel, I would just slap him. They'd be like, hey, Trevor, heel. Man, get out of my face, dude. I'm not doing that. So the irony is, you teach a dog to heel, and I might look up the synonyms. What are the synonyms to heel? That's the question. What other words can we use when we want our dog to get their ass and be on the left or right side? So I tell Boots left, right, middle. There you go. Remember Pastor Troy? Lamb. See what I'm saying? So that's a throwback there.
Boy,
I had to think about the song real quick.
I look. Y'all ain't ready. Listen, we about to go ahead and put Cha-Cha on a little hill. Here's the thing, people. Cha-Cha's super motivated. We're doing about 2 times a day now training her. And Hera, they're getting a little antsy, to say the least. And you say, hey, well, what's better? Well, in this case, we want to start with the day with a little intelligence. Other times we've been doing it. We did the rope and some flirt post stuff yesterday, but Stan wants to work through the heel. He's going to tell you about the heel. I don't know why a dog need the heel. If I tell the dog to come here, that's my thing. So he's going to make all this make sense and why you might want to learn how to do this. And please comment below if you have questions or if it's not making sense or if you're attempting. I literally just put something up and the dude, I saw it on the thing when I was posting. He said, yo, he helped me teach my dog, like leash train my dog, just watching our stuff. So I'm glad some of the stuff that we put out assists and better you guys' you and your dog's communication and relationship. But go ahead and do your tricks, man.
Cool. All right, so heel means be at my left side, and if we're moving, you should move with me, and if I'm stationary, you should be in a seated position. Getting to that position, there's a couple different ways, and today we're going to be talking about the dog going behind the back. And this is going to be good for dogs that are larger. If you have a small frame and they can't get around in that fish hook, you want to use that behind the back. And ideally, you want to teach your dog to get into those positions as many times as possible, as many ways, because you never know when or how they need to get there. So, what's up, Mom? Yes, baby. First things, you're gonna have treats in both hands. And this is the lure. Make sure your dog knows the lure before you're trying to do all this stuff. So, you gotta make sure she follows that lure because she knows it, and she's a smart dog. Reward her, let her know she's getting paid first. So the next thing, we're going to have the treat in this hand. We're gonna bring her around and reward. Good job. Oh, so good job. Again, I still have the treat in this hand. We're not rewarding with this. Heel. Good. That's so good. And I want her to understand that she's getting that treat at the left side. I'm not asking her to sit right now. I just want her to know she's getting something when she gets there. Touch. Heel. Good. That's a go free. And after I do it 3 times, we want to give her a little break. We don't want to wear them out. We don't want to make these things to be boring for the dog. We want anytime we interact with them that they enjoy it and they have so much fun. Because if they're chasing a squirrel and we tell them, hey, come here, they're gonna be like, that squirrel's kind of fun, but I know you're fun. So again, she's over there in the shade, cooling down. Cha-cha. So this time, I'm gonna ask her to sit. So we'll go heel, sit. Yes, free. Good job. So good job. And again, do it 3 times in a row. Heel, sit. Yes, man. Free. Also good. That's so good.
Look, Stan he's been working at this for a long time, guys. It's unfortunate because this Negro moves at such a slow pace. But
I be trying.
Look, that's every Negro's trying. Oh man, I'm gonna get together one of these days. But look, we've got intro to dog training. We're gonna change the name and make sure that it's Iron Sharp related. And this might be the Bible. This might be the Bible of training. See, people can associate with that, giving them 10 commandments. No Moses. Mm-hmm. So, and he does like the brick by brick, iron sharpens iron. You know, the challenge with me with words oftentimes, they often don't mean much unless you live and die by them. And when I say things, I didn't actually think people were going to catch on to take care of your dog. Because it was natural. It's like, oh man, just take care of the dog, I'll do the rest. I'll literally tell you about it. I'll do the rest. And then people start saying, "Guys, take care of your dog." And you didn't say it. I'm like, that's a thing? That's a thing? So in this case, Stan's getting real familiar. Hey, what would you say is the biggest challenge with trying to build your own business and and make it valuable to people?
I'd probably say getting my thoughts into being clear enough that other people can understand them. That's been the hardest thing, because I start going off on rabbit trails because I think of everything that could go wrong instead of just making sure it goes right. I'd probably say.
Yeah. But people are still showing up. But how many clients would you say you have a month?
I mean, easily probably 20.
And what would you tell people if you were trying to encourage or inspire them? You're like, oh man, I think I want to get into dog training. Is there any words of encouragement? Because I wouldn't tell nobody to do dog training if I'm being honest.
To be a dog trainer or train their dog?
Whichever.
Well, you got to actually enjoy it if you are going to be trying to train somebody else, because it's not always going to be fun. It's not always going to go right. I have a bulldog right now who literally acts one way in the morning, one way in the afternoon, and one way at night, and they're all completely different moods. And it's one of those that just doesn't make any logical sense. So if you're getting into dog training or want to be a dog trainer, patience is the number one thing that you're going to need, because it doesn't happen fast.
And keep in mind, people, dog training, I think it's worse in some cases if people don't breed for certain traits. And so, like, if a kid comes from two dumbasses, they're not going to tell you my kid's a dumbass, but he needs tutoring. And somebody bring me that dumb kid, I'm like, look, I can't help this kid. I'm sorry. He's going to require too much work. Someone has the patience. I'll never have. That's the truth. I don't have a lot of patience. So we try to breed to ensure that we can speed up his process and my process. We didn't get here because, and when I say get here, we didn't get here because I was just doing random things. I'm really poured into the dogs, analyzing them, making sure that each breeding makes my life easier. And they're good dogs going to good homes. So what he's saying is not a bad breeding, but they didn't breed for intellect. And they probably didn't do a lot with the dog early on, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I think she's, I want to say at least 8 months, and it's just like the world scares her. But she's super confident at the same time. So like she'll come out bouncing around, and then 2 seconds later it's like,
back to being a spook.
Yeah, and eyes get big, like she just sits and like looks at you, and then it just doesn't make any sense.
If you had to give them advice, even about you coming up here too, you come up here, we talked about this many times, drives 99 miles, comes up here, what is it that you hope to get out of every interaction? On a Thursday, at one point it was Friday, and another time it was the week. Whatever day you get up here, you've always made an attempt to get up this way, and it's a trek to say the least. But it's one of the things you hope to get out of this, every time.
I say direction.
Yeah.
Because like you always say, I can get the dog to do anything we want. Just being able to make it make sense for you guys has been the hardest part. Just because one, I wasn't taught a B, and C method when I was working the dogs. So like my baseline, my foundation is just get the stuff done. And it means I just work on what I see the dog needs to work on at that time, not necessarily A, B, and C. So if I know the dog is not treat motivated, I got to do other things to get them motivated in the treats before I can start teaching them the lure. Or if they're not ball motivated, you got to work that before you can do other things. So my step-by-step process is the hardest thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna put both of you guys in perspective, guys. Here's the thing. I think Jamarcus, he said something about a message, somebody concerned with how I speak to people. I'm gonna give you guys some words of encouragement. I'm gonna let them answer this question. In this life, you don't have to be nice. And what you guys fail to realize is the nicer you are, the more you. Well, since we're talking to black people most of the time, the more you get played. And the rules, as DJ Khaled, for those that know, said never play yourself. So when Stan's making a trek up here, he said, oh, Trevor says he talks like this and this to these people. Here's the other problem. When you see, let's say Ellen or some other people like, oh man, he's a tyrant at the job. Somebody gives you a job that they're not doing you no favor. If somebody's paying you to do something, you're not doing you no favor. It's your hard-earned money. It's my hard-earned time at the end of the day. And when we're all working to achieve something, you think you're supposed to be nice about it? You think you're supposed to be, hey guys, you should do better here? No. if we're to put our foot on the gas, and I got to put my foot on their neck. And that might not make sense to the average person, but as Jordan and Kobe, I mean, I watched that scene of Jordan. He about started crying, and when I saw it, it popped up on TikTok. And he was referencing that basically people didn't like the way he was. But he said, I never asked him to do something I would never do. And he tears up, right? You know why? Because the competitor in him, he can't stand, even in his 50s, for people to even think less than. It make him sick. Y'all don't know what it's like to be sick with greatness. You have no idea what it's like to wake up or feel like somebody's beating on your chest for you to get up and change the world. 9 out of 10 people will never know what that's like. So you don't get it, and you might not never get it. But when you got a few people who are willing to put themselves out there, expose themselves, show you their insecurities, be uncertain about the things that are happening, and as he said, he come up for some direction. Look, I'm always been a director of purpose and an author of passion, and this ain't just. I mean, Jack, prime example. My kid been coming to me since he was 16, and he still flies out here for normally 30 days because he said, I feel like I got something nobody else has. Literally. I have a secret tool that people don't know about. He's not been injured, and he keeps getting better still to this day. So if you had to encourage them about even, what perceived to be our indifferences at times, I believe you want more out of life. Challenges, you don't know how to get there. And I'm guessing same thing for you.
Absolutely, man. I came here for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. He's the first person in my entire life that actually told me the truth when we first reconnected years ago. And that's what's kept me around, because everybody else, just probably like in your lives as well too, is sugarcoats everything. They want to tell you what you want to hear, but he streamlines your process by helping you get better by just telling you the direct truth. And that's what I appreciate. So a lot of you ask, hey, how do you get a Jamarcus on the team or stand on the team? Well, it starts with you by simply just being 100% honest with yourself and everybody else around you.
Yeah, and that can be difficult as well.
Yeah.
How would you explain our interactions? And somebody said, why would you go put up with this dude?
Because the intent behind the things that are being said, it's not to belittle me, it's to make me better. Yeah. It's just like lifting weights. If you lift light weights, you're not going to get the results that you're really looking for. It's going to take so much longer. If you put that heavy weight on there, you fail a couple times, you're going to be like, okay, I got to get stronger to get this stuff done. And I watched some of my old videos before, and it's like, okay. I can see where we were not clear on a lot of stuff, and it's just having somebody being able to point that out. It's just like your coach. When you guys are practicing, the coach is watching everything you're doing wrong.
Exactly.
You don't dribble enough with your left hand. Okay, cool. Let's work on that specifically. They're going to tie your right hand behind your back. Now you can only use your left, so get better at this. Yep. And it's the same thing. I absolutely hate being on camera. I rather just sit back, let somebody else do the talking, but I don't get that opportunity when I come here, and I like that because you have to be uncomfortable to grow. There's no easy path to getting better. It sucks. It's frustrating. You're gonna be pissed off.
It sucks until it doesn't, though.
Yeah.
Because when you start seeing little results, it begins to pay off. You say, "Man, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. It's working now. I see it working." But you know how many times you gotta to try. You ain't even gonna get it right. You just gotta try.
Bro. But even like the conversations we have, like off camera, like even not about dog stuff, like it's bigger than just what you guys see here. And it's not. It's hard to explain. Like Jamarcus said, when people get in your lives, a lot of people will try to manipulate you or push you down a road that's going to benefit them, and they don't give a shit about your well-being or anything that has on to go with you. Where we talk about my kids, my family, like all of that different stuff, and it's just making me a better person for them, which turns into making me a better person.
And all this stuff it goes hand in hand. There's so many things, and I think in every great person's journey, there's so many things that are off camera. You guys feel like you see a portion of it.
A fraction, bro.
I mean, y'all post a lot of stuff, and y'all still don't
you see like 2% of everything, bro. That's the crazy part.
It's a lot that goes into this. But I would encourage you, if whatever you're doing in life, find you a good leader. When I saw Jordan say break, that sickness. Listen, how Ray Lewis stayed effective for 17 years at linebacker. He was pissed off every time he got on that field. It was personal. It was personal. So you can't stop them, man. It's rough beating men who see something. So these guys see something in themselves. My job is to make sure I bring it out. And just like he said, I like the coaching theory. Anybody's played sports, you never liked your coach. You liked him later in life. When you're like, I get it. And that's as you made some terrible mistakes. And normally, if it's a good coach, they just want what was best for you in the first place.
And they teach you how to protect yourself as well.
Yeah, that part right there. You want to make sure you don't go out there and get it. Hey, man, quit dropping your helmet. Hey, watch your step. Hey, step back. You know, you like, I need you in the game. That's the thing. If you got a good coach, he needs you in the game, so he don't want you to go hurt yourself. So here comes the weightlifting. Here comes the conditioning. Here comes the position, as you said, the technique. Let's get that left hand, tie it back. We're gonna figure this one out. We're gonna make sure you understand how to play the best you can at your position.
Like that day when I started doing the step ups and the hip stuff. Like mine been better now.
Yeah, it's a process though too, man. One of the things that people didn't ever get back in the day is that it's going to take you about 10,000 to play better. No exaggeration there. Especially if you've got 15 years of damage. And then now you're trying to manage it. And even Jamal, we was talking last night. Somebody who knows that he got injured and was supposed to get surgery was like, yo, how are you even jumping? I said, this dude showed me a different path. Guys, one of the things I tell you as we look at the setup, show them the setup right here. This is what it looks like when you're looking at the stuff. A couple lights, got a little headband on the right side of the thing. Is that a lot of people get in their head and they overthink things, and in this case, Stan's trying to figure out how to convey a message without selling too cheesy or as if he's trying to get something out of you. Storytelling, it is a skill, that's the truth. I mean, think about it. How many other people have even attempted to do the Mr. Rogers thing? Nobody. Not one person attempted to do Mr. Rogers, and that worked. I don't know how many seasons he had, but it's a good movie. It's a good movie that Tom Hanks did, I believe, and then it was a good, growing up, I look forward to Mr. Rogers, to say the least. So you think about top actors, they bring stories to life. Trying to show Stan how to really put who he is in front of the camera. That's why he comes too. It's because like 9 out of 10 people can't provide a good director. Michael B. Jordan, I'm not a Michael B. Jordan fan to be clear. I've got no quarrel with him. But they said, hey, we know that you and Denzel, and like, yo, what's the best advice Denzel ever gave? He said he really didn't give me no advice. But you know what he gave him? A storyboard guy. And this is a guy who makes every scene make sense when trying to tell the story. So Denzel gets to a set and give him a script, boom, boom, boom. A guy draws up what needs to take place in each scene based on what's on paper. And that helps him tap more into how he needs to be in that moment of what's going on. And most people don't know this either. If you're a Marvel fan, Chadwick wanted to be Drax. And I saw him acting as Drax. He turned it into a mopey down, like, oh, my family. He just was sad about it. And then old boy came in and made it entertaining and fun. And you know what's Drax, but they were like, don't worry, brother, we got something for you though. Wakanda forever. So where he didn't get the part of Drax and he did a good job, they didn't want the story to be told like that. So in this case, say, hey, what does the dog need? What do I need to grow? What's the path to grow? What direction do I need? How can I make everyone and their relationship with the dog better? These are the questions that I ask myself all the time. And even more importantly, what do you contribute to the world today? In our case, I've tried to post 2 or 3 times, put a lot of videos up and help as many people and contribute by just simply doing what? Telling the truth. So stay tuned, people. We gotta get out here and do a little behind the scene, get Jamarcus in this suit, take a couple bites from the big boys. And his son's here, so we'll be able to see his reaction, maybe have him hold one of the dogs before they go chew. Right now, cats out here messing with the dogs. No, leave the door closed. Trying to get him in.
Shit. That might have been the smartest shit you fucking done. That shit is trying to happen. My bad, yeah.
Oh, you good.
That's the smartest Hey man, go back over there.
Jamal and them, they've got inspired people because when we start tightening up our routine, and these are some good people, man. These are some good people. We start tightening up our routine and getting the dogs into their groove. So they're like, hey, let me go get these ones, see what they're doing. And
So one thing he needs to do is make her work a little harder to get it. He's too low. You told him all.
I told him. I told him all. I said, you know what's funny is watching every person go through the process, and I was watching them all look like just uncertain of themselves.
It's like, you 6'5", 6'6".
That's a big old dude.
Yeah. Make her jump. She got the bunnies.
She does, man.
Because the dogs are going to appreciate it more if they got to work for it. If you're always giving it to them, they don't. That's not what dogs want.
No, not at all, man. And that's kind of why that's why I told him yes. I said, hey, look, if you keep it too low, she's not gonna come. She's got to know that there's value in it, and the value itself is based on what you bring to it. And Dolce is a chewer, so he tried to get it out there, man.
He's scared to get bit.
Yeah, you got. He was holding it yesterday with just one hand. He was like, nah, buddy.
Nah, that video with Jamarcus with all the dogs. We need to go back and find the one where he wouldn't do that to Ego. Where was that at Hunter's? What, 2 years last year?
Yeah.
Well, did what?
When you wouldn't when Ego would jump up and grab the stuff. Smack him. And then the other day he was like, stiff arm. Looked like one trying to
Oh snap! They got on there a little bit together. That's good. We ordered these. Well, I did. I ordered these last week, man. I think Amazon tripping, but UPS is on strike. I need to get back together. These jokers wrote my name on the thing. What kind of crap is this?
I'm trying to make sure they get it out this time.
Like, yo, this came. I ordered these off Amazon. Stan said these was the best frisbees to use. I think Tron could do it. Eagle's not motivated by the ball. Look, here we go. Yeah. I ordered as many as let me just test them out, see how bad they gonna mess them up, cause they get chewy.
Okay.
Yeah, she probably would, bro. If you can get her going,
She sure
Donkey kick.
she runs different when she's motivated by that ball. Though.
Oh yeah, she's true.
That's true.
She run like you owe some money or something.
That's a good one. And it's over there, huh?
Alright.
I'm heavy.
Oh, you got the little ones.
Yeah, bro. They didn't take no size. That's like if you order rims and they gave you some 12s, you like, whoa.
It was babies.
I know, bro. It didn't say it. I just ordered that. I ordered the same link that you sent, but I didn't know if it was supposed to be like XL.
It should work to teach. Yeah. But you see the material, like that one we had with Tron last week was just real plasticky.
2 seconds, that joker was done.
Yeah, this one's. Yeah, these are gonna be harder to throw because they're smaller. But they'll be good teaching.
That's good though, because it'll force them to dial it in though.
Yeah, they gotta really pay attention. Their mouth probably.
Joints like who?
He's super good with the ball though, bro.
Yeah.
I've thrown that ball and he'll like slide and grab it, bro. So it's crazy that he couldn't get this doggone thing.
I mean, it's mouth-eye coordination. It's different seeing something flat versus round.
Well, I couldn't catch a frisbee. I remember the first time I went to go play frisbee golf. Hey Trevor, that in Corey Mayer, I believe. He was like, let's go play frisbee golf. I'm like, what the hell is a frisbee golf? I said, white people. Jesus Christ.
Playing cricket, bro.
Yeah, cricket, that'd be a good one too. But at anywho, man, frisbee golf is not bad. Now we might have to get the disc and get out there and see what happens. I got a bad shoulder though.
Jesus. I gotta be careful when I go to that one park with Nala now because if
She sees some frisbee.
Remember you're the park that we go to?
Yeah. When she learned how to do frisbee, oh, there's the one.
Yeah.
They be like, your dog. I'm like, you wasn't gonna get it no way. Credit. Is there something he's supposed to be doing?
No, he's done.
Oh, he's done?
He beat you. You haven't even signed your Dr. Signs yet.
Woo.
He beat you.
That's good. Look, it's always about making people around me better. I'll survive.
He's inspired us.
Your Dr. Signs, I've done my Dr. Signs.
Now look at you, see? I'm right upstairs.
The next step of my process.
She said, you did not sit. I said, oh, my bad. I'm going to do it right now on the phone. You got it?
So what's his...
You're not putting me on camera right now. What's happening? No.
You better always be camera ready. Always be camera ready. Always.
Oh, that's good. Look, so what was the process like? Because this is behind the scenes. I'm doing it like a day in a life type day.
I mean, it's real simple. It just sends you the documents. You fill it out on there. You sign with your finger. Then you send a government issued ID, proof of residence, and then your proof of citizenship. And now I'm waiting.
I see. And the things that they're going to assist you with, you feel like you can be able to better your credit?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because she said it's not bad. It's just a couple things that I just didn't do right. And then she's going to help me get a credit card, so then start actually building up a new line of credit, because she was saying you want multiple lines open basically at all times.
Yeah, look, she know better than me. I'm not here to talk about the credit. I'm not going to lie and act like I know what that is.
I don't know nothing about it, so that's why I'm here. So.
Get those revolving lines on there, man.
You said revolving?
Yeah, once he open that, once she gets him that line of credit, she's gonna show that he's active and he's making payments. He's gonna contribute with everything else she's gonna do to help him get across that finish line. And then like with your stuff, it's cool too because your rent reporter. I just got the email this morning for mine, so that means I know you got yours.
I did?
Yep.
Oh, that's a problem. I gotta start checking this out. I'm looking at it and say 500.
Yep, they finalizing everything.
So they got it situated there.
Stan, I'm gonna look for some sites for you where you can report. You got like your rent, your mortgage and stuff, which is also gonna help with your credit report as well, because it could boost you up anywhere between 30, 40 to 100 points depending. So it's a little bit different when you own the crib. But I'm gonna find them for you, and I'm gonna have Cat shoot them to you, so you can also get on top of that when the time's ready.
That's what you need. That's what you need. Yeah.
Ooh, finna have good credit again.
Fit Bully, fit credit, man.
Feel good about myself.
Hey, that's a good way to put it though, because when you got bad credit, you just feel like a dumb Negro.
Cause you can't do nothing.
You can't do nothing.
Not a now. What do you say? Not a now.
You're gonna put a hell of a lot of money down to do something.
Not a now. Another.
And let me ask you this: how stressful was it going through the process when you were buying your home?
Well, it really wasn't, because then I still had good credit. It didn't start getting not so good until after we had the house. So yeah, it wasn't I mean, if I tried to do it now, it would be a whole different process.
It'd be like really good hell, huh?
Just because, like you said, I'd probably have to put 50% down or something ridiculous to get, a reasonable monthly price. Same thing with a car, like you're paying $1,500 a month just because your credit's bad.
Ooh, $1,500 a month for a car. I shoot myself.
Right?
That can't be it. That's not the move.
Yeah, I don't even want to be paying $700 a month. With these are the things that hopefully I can get, because I do need a car, because I am driving 100+ miles every day.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Them super low car payments is them things is like they're like they're rare. Like they are rare, you know what I mean? But there are some decent, real good interest rates if you're going through credit unions and stuff like that. There's some gems you can fall upon.
What's the best rate you think somebody get right now if they was getting a car and they had a 750?
Man, it just depends. It just really depends on understanding, having some cool brokers, also a dude like Craig who knows a lot about cars and has a big network. Like one of my other homeboys who used to play, who's in Houston right now, he got his BMW, I think it was a 2019, 2020, on a 4.9 interest rate. And,
that's crazy.
And I was oblivious to, I was just happy he got his car. And he stopped what he was doing in school. Like he was teaching some kids and was like, yo, what? Tell Craig close that deal right now. I was like, boy, that's unheard of right now.
And and that's what his credit was over 750?
Yeah, we got him right. We got him right.
So 750 is the answer.
It was crazy though, because he initially came to us for funding, and he ended up having to build out his business a little bit more. So he got into an accident, unfortunately, which led him to have to get a car. And then he was like, yo, thank God that I started something with you guys, because getting that car at that interest rate was crazy.
One of the things we've been working on, people, is tighten up our dog's approach. Trying to get Boosie Collins to do a backflip. That's what you're trying to get him to do?
Yeah.
Oh, that's your phone. Whose phone is it? Stan's phone. What you jumping for, boy?
Go. Get a boy.
See that thinking?
Bring.
That's exactly what I want to see, some thinking.
Out. Round. Go. Yes, sir. Bring cash. Bring. Nah, get away. Out. Free. Go play now. Go. Are we still filming?
Yeah, but I'm just behind the scenes.
Okay.
So I know you got the dog. Like, what do you think this would do for a dog if they was wearing one of those vests too?
The harness?
Yeah.
It may put him in a different state of mind.
No. The vest, like the weighted vest.
So technically, you shouldn't jump with your dog with the weighted vest per se. But I did it with Oakley. It's just some weight resistance. So we'll put that disclaimer out there. If you do it and your dog is not built for it, that's the only thing. You want to make sure your dog is really conditioned before you add those weights, before you start doing jumps and stuff. It's just like us. If we put on a 40-pound weight and try to jump, you're probably going to hurt your hips, especially if you're not jumping right.
There you go.
But the reason why I let him go and smell with the dog, because that first when he came out here, he was super interested in it. I got him dialed back in on what I wanted him to do, but now it's like, hey, you can go back to being a dog. Yeah. Because I don't want to take that out of him. Because remember that first time I brought him over to Hunter's house? Yeah. He was with you and he was like, "Ooh, Jesus, what's going on?"
Walking on eggshells.
Yeah. So he paid attention to me. He did 3 or 4. He noticed the dog. Cool. We don't got to do anymore.
Right.
It's a little better.
But a little more behind it.
Stan got that. He got that that golf, that frisbee golf.
Oh, single man out.
We've been practicing.
That joker jump on a good foot. Oh.
But with the smaller ones, it's harder to throw it in the wind.
Yeah, I can throw right there. No, you caught that.
Hey, Stan got that. He got that frisbee thing down.
Oh, that wind just hit that. That was weird.
Jamal just throwing the frisbee at the dog, like, hey, maybe he'll pick it up.
Don't be scared of it.
But yeah, them professionals, they can make it hitting that 5 out of 5.
Dang.
Like they could.
Go float that thing. Look at that. Not a professional. That's crazy, man.
It's a technique.
Okay.
Woo! There go. Round it. Go! Good catch. There you go.
All right, check this out, man. Stan's about to, leave in a sense. We had a good day today. It's progressive. We just got back from ice skating. Look, they wanted me to fail. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. I had Jamar. I said, let's show these folks, boy. I was out here getting it, boy.
Look, Jamarcus gonna be the recorder, so you can see that we is there. It's getting crowded though. I can't cross over, my legs is too big. Back in the day, so Jamarcus know what he's doing on this house.
We didn't fall
He's
neither.
the only person I know that sweat this much inside a cold
Hey,
area. This boy
I'm dripping. I'm dripping. It's hot.
like he
Too big for this.
When I say to these people, look, get around some people that you can do some more stuff with. I said I'm gonna do some more lifestyle stuff, maybe from a first-person standpoint. We spend a lot of time with these dogs, which means we also spend a lot of time with ourselves. The way I like to manage my time is by bettering myself and doing stuff that I wouldn't normally do. And I've ice skated before. I used to enjoy it back in the day. I'm much bigger than I was, but we had a good time, man. You got to break up the day sometimes. We go to the gym 6 days a week. We out in the backyard working the dogs almost 7 days a week. And we cook and I do a lot of just everything. So stay tuned. Stan gonna have a different ending for y'all on his.